Okay, episode 869. Look what Jess found. Now, yesterday we did a penny roll that was very similar to this one, and my assumption is that they're both from the same person. The rolls, I hardly ever see these like waxy types of penny wrappers like this. And they both said New York, New Jersey, 2025. And my son probably got them from the same bank, same person, and this is probably from the same person. We had a few errors, right? We had that delamination or peeling. We had two die clashes, and we had seven copper pennies on top of that. So I'm going to assume this is going to be. It should be similar to that. And from the quick look at this, it looks like we might have at least seven copper pennies in here. That's very good. So this is the little types of detective work you can do with customer wrap penny rolls. Now, that's our first shiny shield. Now, can you do that as our second shiny shield? Nice. Can you do that with bank wrap penny rolls? Can you make assumptions? Well, look at it, and we got a die clash. It's kind of weak. The ones we found yesterday were stronger, so I'm not going to keep that one. So, can you do that with bank? Can you make assumptions about bank? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. And the assumptions that you can make are basically where who wrapped them, right? When they were wrapped. That's it. That's really as far as the assumptions go with bank. So you get a box, right? You order I don't know if you can still get them from the bank. God bless you. You know what I mean? And if not, they're $75. You got one for $75. Okay. So you get your bank wrap. Now, where's the person located? Right? Look at his nose. Check out his nose. Is that weird or what? Post. It's just a little hit mark. Boy, it sure looks like he has a clown nose a little bit, right? I'm gonna take a picture of that. Very odd, funny looking. Okay, so no value. So where's the person from? Cop pay number one? Yeah, 77. Where's the person from? You know, if they're shipping the penny roll, the box of pennies from California, oh, how cool is that? No close AM. If they are shipping from California, there's a there's a better chance. And you could, of course, you can always ask them, right? Are they going to be honest? Yeah, most of the time people are honest. Sometimes they're not. Most of the time they are, especially if they have no reason to lie. People usually lie because they think they have a reason. So you can always ask the person, do you know where this box of pennies came from? Did it come from your local bank? Did you get them? And they'll tell you. You can say, when did you get it? Did you get it 10 years ago? Is this a 10-year-old box? And they might even know. They might even write it on the box. Right? So if some of the boxes of pennies that I got have writing on it, it says the date that they got it, and sometimes it has the bank name. It'll say like Chase Bank, 2022, and the date. Chase Bank, Philadelphia, right? So there's a good chance if the location that the that the pennies came from, cop penny number 2, another 77. That's odd. That's weird. Anyway, second 77. Cop penny number 3. Let's see if this is a 77. $73. Okay, good. Right. So, somebody from the East Coast, not include, not as far down as Florida or anything like that. Well, maybe even Florida will be from, there's a good chance those pennies are from Philadelphia Mint. The further west you go, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I'll take a picture of that too. The further west you go, the more likely the box is from Denver, right? So I forgot what somebody sent me pennies, or I forgot what happened. I bought some pennies, and the person was from Colorado, and they all 90% of the pennies had Denver Mint marks. And I got to be honest with you, I wasn't that thrilled about that. I wasn't that thrilled about that. Now imagine if I wasn't thrilled about a few rolls. It wasn't a box; it was a few rolls. If I wasn't that thrilled about a few rolls having mostly no white AM, having mostly Denver's, imagine a whole box, especially someone who's doing daily videos on penny rolls. Imagine if I do that and every single roll is all done. I'll be honest with you. I'll probably start opening them up to check first. Like when I at the beginning of when I put it out, if they're all Denver's, I'd probably just move it to the side and do a different penny roll because I just won't want to do it, to be honest with you. Like these are customer wrap from Jersey, right? So yeah, there's some Denver's in here. It's cool to have it mixed up, The the variety is cool, right? I want to see I'd like to see a few Denver's in there. Check for a few. Here's an 82 zinc large date. How do I know it's zinc? You see the little bumps? That's from the plating, from the electroplating. So I know it's zinc. I don't even have to weigh it. I can even tell by the way it sounds. Listen. And let's listen to a copper one. Can you hear the difference? Here's the copper again. And here's the zinc. Oh, it has that doing. I don't know if you noticed that or not. I guess maybe I've been playing with pennies too long. Anyway. And 2017. Is that the second one? Yeah, that's our second 2017 P. So for me, it might mean a little bit more than for somebody else. I even seen Rob from Rob Finds Treasures when he had a box and he's like, "Oh, they're all no." Penny roll hunters just don't like to find a box with all Denver's in it. I don't know why. Here's a beautiful P. That's a nice 2017 P. That's our third one. I mean, you're not going to find any extra V's, right? Because the extra V, the 2023 extra V is probably from, I think it's from the West Point Bank. I could be wrong, but I think it is because Eric from Kenai Collectibles told me that it's from the Albany Mint. I think that's what he said. Correct me if I'm wrong, Eric. And so, there's Philadelphia and then there's West Point. Anyway, hey, we got our first shiny Lincoln Memorial. So it matters to me. Now, not for nothing, but I'm pretty sure there's at least one or two boxes that I have downstairs in my basement that are probably from out west, and I'm gonna be screwed. I don't know any way to put in it. I'm gonna be messed up on those boxes. You know, I mean, might I still do the penny roll hunt? I'll probably do a couple of them at least. Just to say, oh, But after that, I mean, if it's just one or two boxes, then I could sprinkle. I'll write D on all of them. Possible, from or I'll write the low, possible all dent, and then I'll just do one every once in a while. You know what I mean? Especially towards as the years go on. But I'll put it like towards the bottom, or I'll put them away. That's copper paint number 6. It's so funny how we got 7 the last one, but I think we got some copper here. And if we got 2 coppers, that'll be 8, and that'll be more than the previous one. A lot of shiny shields again. So that's how you can tell or have an idea or a suspicion. It's coming right down from the line. You see that? Let me look at that through the loop. I'm always on the lookout for that era where the shield lines are going into the scroll work. I'm always on the lookout for that. Man, is that so perfect though, right from the line. But the question is that post mint damage or not? It has to be. I mean, it's just coincidence, but it's the exact, that is the only line. Let me get the pointer out. Let me go a little closer. This bar or this column here, right? On all the shields is the only column where the scroll work doesn't have a line. You see the line here on the scroll? Right? Here's the scroll. See, there's other little marks on the scroll though. And this column is the only one. And there's some that the error is the line goes into the scroll, right? And what's the chance that we got a hit mark starting right at the line going into the scroll right there? Let me look at it again. I mean, again, can this be? And there's other little marks like the little scratches on the scroll. I don't know, man. That is odd. I'm telling you, it comes right from that corner. I think I'm gonna have to put this into a flip. I'm not gonna do the research on it right now. And the question, it could also be a strike through, right? But I'm gonna hold on to that one. All right. That's for future reference. So you see right here, I'll show you on the next few of them. You see the line? There's a line on the scroll, and then here there's no line, right? I mean, it's very weak, but it looks like there's no line. I'm saying it's not as strong as everywhere else. So I know there's an error where the scroll work goes in. Excuse me, the shield. See, there's no line. So they all, and it's the same one, different years. Num num num. See, watch. No matter which one you look at, but there's an error where the line goes into. I think the line goes into the scroll work. I think that's the error. So I always keep an eye out for that specifically. And I thought that maybe, I mean, that's so odd. Right from that, and I'll be honest, when I looked at it, it doesn't look like a scratch. So could it be a campaign number 7. So we got our 7. The next one we beat the previous one from the same person. I mean, could it be a strike through? You know, a piece of something. You know, a piece of string, a piece of cloth, whatever. I'm gonna throw this one out. Yeah, sure it can. Yeah, it can be. All right. We have officially beaten the previous penny roll in copper. We got 8 copper pennies. The previous one had. You see, I look at all of them. The previous one has 7. Another 2007. This is number 4. I did a bunch of videos on the 2017 P. Check them out. Type 2017 P into the search bar, and they should all come up. But high grade 2017 Ps are expensive. They're valuable. They're like $100 or something, or 200 or 300. Okay. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed the video. God bless. Jesus loves you. And I'll see you in the next one.